every time where am I going? I'm going over here. I try to mash the A button in a certain rhythm every time a character...
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you got it. Every time a character talks, because if you're familiar with Ocarina of Time 3D speedrunning, they have what's called quick text in their game, and you also have quick text in this game. If you want to get the text box like that to move as quickly as possible, you need to press A at just the right time. So we're going to go ahead and save warp back to the boat over here, and we're going to be visiting our next island, Sandborn. This island is probably the slowest island in the game. We're not going to be visiting it for a long time after we leave. But after this island, that's when the game starts to pick up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and grab another photo of Claude over there. And we're going to pay him $5 so we can take a little boat trip. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Would you like your water bottle?
Yeah, I would actually.
There
Thank you very much. I'll need that for when I have a longer cutscene. Later. So this is probably the slowest and most RNG heavy part of the game, but like I said, after this, our pace will pick up quite a bit. First I need to change into my diving gear, conveniently located in this door, and dive into the water. So there are 3 pedestals in this area that are activated by, you guessed it, clownfish. So I need to sink down really low, get the attention of the clownfish. You know I've gotten their attention when they do a little spin around. And I need to guide 10 of them towards this pedestal. And I say it's RNG because the locations of all the clownfish are different every time. And sometimes they'll just ignore you, or they'll ignore the pedestal. Sometimes they will swim right by the pedestal without activating at all, and that's kind of lame. So, but there we go, we got 10. We're going to swim over to the next one. And the whole reason we're doing this is because we cannot access the monument on this island until we do this little side quest. You'll see me, I swim as fast as possible, which slightly raises my height over to the next pedestal I need to get to. But the fastest way to sink in this game is by not pressing anything. So I just get right above what I need to get to, and then I will just let go of the control stick and sink down. Let's see if I can get all 4 of these guys. Looks like we lost one of them, but 3 is okay. Yeah, not so great RNG so far. The fish are kind of far away from where I'd like them to be, but, you know, it is what it is.
And you said this is one of the only major instances of RNG in the run.
Yeah, this is one of the only, like, parts of the run where RNG can really lower your time. It just all depends on if the fish are cooperating with you.
And you have to do it 3 times?
Yeah, you have to do it 3 times. So you'll see that there's no pedestal over here, but there's this rusty anchor. So naturally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it with my bare hands and swim it over here. So it's nice. I got 4 fish already on my tail right there. I'm going to swim out a little ways to pick up some more fish. And if you swim too fast, you will lose the fish. So you got to make sure you get a low speed as well. Come on, guys. I should only need 1 more fish after this. Oh, and I lost one of them. Come on. Any day now, guys. I was really happy in my practice attempt earlier. They like all spawned right next to this pedestal. It was really convenient. Alright, cool. So we're going to watch a little cutscene, and then we will save warp out of this area.
Fish cutscene.
And you'll see in the cutscene here is going to open the monument. Stay hydrated. But we can't go to the monument just yet. We need to make a quick detour back to the original island because the bridge is broken. And there is no way to cross that bridge without going back to the original island. And the reason for that is we are about to unlock our second overworld ability, which is sprinting. Right now we have ledge grabs, so we're able to grab onto ledges throughout the run. But we're going to be unlocking sprinting right now, which, as you can guess, will help us go really fast. But it's actually faster to save warp back to the boat from there. Sprinting is very weird in this game. Every time you change elevations, your sprint gets canceled. So as soon as I step onto that bridge, my sprint stopped. And sometimes sprinting up those stairs, you can just bonk. It doesn't play a huge factor in the run, but there is one monument towards the end of the game where you'll see me doing what I call sprint jumping a lot. I'll explain that later. So for this monument, It's based all around putting these rocks on these on these geysers of water, and the boss is based around that too. And the water can sometimes actually just push the rock away instead of the rock landing on top, so it can be a little finicky. Platforming can be difficult in this game because it has the same issues that Mario 3D World has, in that you're trying to platform in a 3D space, but the camera is not centered on your character, so sometimes that can really throw you off. And usually you can just use your shadow to kind of figure out where you are, but all of these platforming sections take place in dark caves where we can't see anything. So this boss is going to keep moving like that until we throw all of the rocks up there, which will stop him from moving, and hopefully he stops in a good spot. Alright. And what we need to do is we need to throw all of these rocks onto these geysers without having them fall off. If they fall off, we pretty much have to reset the entire thing. So I always try to be extra careful during this part of the run. Okay, last one. Oh, he's in a spot where I can't really see, so that's a little inconvenient. Sweet. Alright, really happy with how that went.
So does every monument have a boss then?
Yes, every monument will have a boss. They're not bosses in the sense where you have to hit them a bunch until they die. They're bosses...
You solve a puzzle.
Yeah, but they try to inhibit you from solving that puzzle.
Okay.
So the point of this room is you're supposed to use those lights... Ah, cool, I made it. To kind of guide your way around... Ah, dang it. Guide your way around the room. But if you know about how far you need to run, you can kind of just figure it out. There we go.
Nice.
Good thing I have that ledge grab ability. This room can be...
Oh, you gotta redo the whole room?
Yeah, this room can be a real pain sometimes.
I was like, man, that might just be faster. If you open it and then just fall off.
If I fail like one or two more times, I'll probably just grab the lights and do it the casual way. Okay.
Let's go, Tio-Jo.
Sweet, I made it.
Nice.
Whew. So, convenient trick in this game is if you save warp directly out of the monument, so we'll grab the monument core and then we will immediately save warp before we go back out, we actually go all the way back to the beginning of the game right here, which is super convenient because we need to turn in some photos and then get our next travel guide.
What happened to the old man?
He's busy.
He's busy.
He's busy. He's holding down the fort in this monument over here.
Ah.
He's like, I'm not suspicious. I don't know what any of this stuff is, but here's this travel guide. You know? I know exactly where you need to go. So he's just chilling. He's like, wow, you're pretty good at this. I'm going to give you another one of these maps, but this is the last one he is going to give us. It's going to be up to us to decide where we go from here on out. But of course, I have an order for where we need to go. This place is called Leisure Island, and it's full of all of the... it's full of some of the mini-games that are on this island. There's an arcade here that we will visit later, and a couple other things that we need to complete. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and we're going to take this kid's drone that he just got for his birthday. Now, he's nice enough to let us borrow it. So this is the same strategy as the fish part of the game, where I sail directly over the target, and then I just let go of my control stick, because that's the quickest way to decrease your height. The order of these targets is the same every time, so I just memorize the order. That's how I do it.
It seems like a lot of the mid-game is just doing a lot of these mini-games.
Yeah.
What does doing the mini-games give you exactly?
It's basically just ticking off a checklist. You have what's called a to-do list in this game, and it lists all of the tasks that are available on the island. And in order to fulfill the 100%...
oh, you have to complete all the
in
tasks.
order to fulfill the 100% requirement, you need to complete all the tasks. Any percent only completes 2/3 of the tasks, I believe, because you do need to complete at least some of them in order to beat the game. It doesn't matter which ones you do, you just complete a certain amount of them. So any percent skips the really long the really long mini games that you'll see me do later. So this is the other picture quest in the game. It's this art gallery. But what's tough about, well, not tough, but rough about this quest is you have to turn in the photos in a certain order. So if you remember, I have that photo of the diver in my photo catalog. I'm actually not going to be turning that in until much later, so it's just going to be taking up a spot in my photo catalog, but it's just the most convenient time to get a picture of him. The next photo that we're going to be getting actually is going to be taken for probably about 15, 20-ish minutes. But that's another thing you have to manage about this game, is you have to manage the amount of photos that you have in your inventory, because you can only have up to 8 at a time. And I want to make sure I do not buy that book in the middle, because I'm about to run out of cash, and that's going to really throw things off. So I'm going to walk all the way over here and buy this travel guide. So we just bought travel guides for Fiji and Hawaii, but we need to go back to the first island really quick to pick up our last overworld ability, which will be the double jump. And we get that first because we aren't able to complete any of the other
islands without the double jump.
Yep. And that's exactly why we have 15 coins left. You see the money works out perfectly. Soon, though, we won't have to worry about money. Pretty much from this point on, money is fine. We're going to start by going to Fiji, and there's a couple things we're going to be doing here. The reason I go to Fiji first is because we pick up another ability that will help us on the other islands. But first is the Welcome Wagon. They're giving us this little opening welcome dance, but they're not very satisfied with it because one of their drummers quit on them. So me, I'm just like, I can do it. Why not? It's 2 sticks and you hit. How hard can it be? This is the same every time, but there's one pattern at the end of the beat that can sometimes throw you off, because sometimes it will count one of your button presses as 2 button presses, which will give you a strike. And if you get 3 strikes, you have to repeat this whole thing. And I have failed this before, so I'm going to try not to embarrass myself and fail this, what is essentially a cutscene. So just enjoy the beat. It's this next pattern coming up that can sometimes fail.
Oh yeah, I saw it there.
Sweet. Perfect run. It doesn't matter how many strikes you get as long as you complete it. It gives you the same amount of coins every time. So we're going to sprint over here, and we're going to get another collectible, the first of a seven collectibles in the series. We're going to take this ancient vase that's probably worth a lot of money, and just pop it. It's such a satisfying crash, too.
It just explodes. Yeah. And you're like, oh, there's a piece of paper in there.
That's what I care about. Yeah, there are 7 scrolls on the throughout the islands that we need to get. And the reason I just had that one text box with that character is because we wouldn't be able to talk to this guy and ask him about the canoeing test unless I talked to him first. I just need to pass this canoeing test really quick, and that will give me the ability to use canoes on other islands. I find that short strokes are best for gaining speed, and then long strokes are best for turning. And this minigame gives you a ton of extra time, so if I happen to totally botch one of these gates, I have enough time to turn around. Oh! Get in there! Yes! I was like, am I about to miss the last one? Please. So now he's basically ridiculing his nephews. He's like, you guys are island natives and you still don't know how to use the canoe, yet this white guy on vacation, like, knows what he's doing. Come on. He's probably got some kind of desk job. He just, like, barely gets out on vacation. But we're going to take a quick break, so we can take a picture of that monument right there. So again, we need to take pictures of all 8 of them. Now for this part, I am feeling for a vibration, and I'm also listening, because the vibration and the sound will tell me which 3... Oh, okay, it's the second one. Which 3 spots I need to hit. Don't fall! Okay, cool. And that's another RNG element of the game. That pattern is different every time, so you just gotta run around and test them all. So there is a room in this monument that I don't know if it's just me not smart enough to figure it out, or if it's an actual dev oversight. If I fall in the water in the next room, I have to save and quit to get out. I can't get out because of the walls that are in the way. So I'm really hoping that... I actually don't remember where the other one is. I'm really hoping that I do not fall. Go. Wait, what is happening? Alright. That's the marathon luck for you. I got a little confused there because one of the spots turned off, and I've actually never seen it do that before. So I'm like, what's going on? That was rough because I had a good throw over here too. But that's okay. We'll reset. So then we go to the middle, then over here, then to the side. Now I don't really have to worry about falling in the water, but unless there's someone out there that like knows how to get out of the water in that room, let me know, because it's probably something really obvious and I just haven't figured it out. So this room, we're going to kind of combine the two puzzles that we just did. We have that rock, and we also have to land on 4 of these. And then we'll be getting into the boss. This is definitely the easiest boss in the entire run. All you need to do is wait until he spawns, wait for him to stop moving, and then just sprint into it. Really easy. And then we just dodge some rocks. You have to wait until the boss stops moving completely, because even if you sprint just a little too early, it'll go back into the ground and spawn in a new spot. And if we stand as far away as possible before it comes out, then it'll just come right back up in the same spot. We don't have to waste time waiting for it to travel around the room. Do it one more time. Come on, bud. There you go.
Bonk.
One time I was playing this game and one of the coins actually fell out of bounds, and you need to collect all of the coins to, you know, progress to open this door up here. So I kind of just sat around and I was like, huh, guess that's a reset. So just, I like to put that light there so I can kind of see what I'm doing. It also doesn't help that I'm wearing sunglasses, but I've committed to the bit at this point. But I really can take my time going back up because I have to wait for this hand over here to open up completely anyway. So, not too much of a time loss. Sweet. We don't need to go back to the original island, but I do need to save warp out anyway. So we're just going to travel real quick. And now we are heading over to Hawaii. So we're getting around all these islands today. Hawaii is very involved. There's a lot to do here, especially on our first trip. We need to open up the monument by pressing 2 switches. So this is the first of 2. Sprint over here. We're on the clock, as you can hear. So we need to open up the monument. We need to collect 3 coconuts. We need to get a scroll. We need to win a surfing competition. We need to buy a membership card and complete the monument. And we're going to be doing all of that while we're here.
Some vacation.
Yeah. Really gotta work on this vacation. I need to talk to this guy over here because he is the one who runs the surfing competition, but he tells me that I need to buy a pair of shorts before I can enter. But I actually can't buy the shorts until I talk to him first. So I need to get scolded before I buy them. Those 3 guys give you tips on how to surf, but we are already surfing experts, so we don't really need to do that. This is very similar to the mission on Ibiza where I just turn in 3 pieces of fruit. Only this time I'm turning in 3 coconuts, because this guy runs an ice cream stand, but he has really terrible flavors that don't make any sense. So I'm like, what about coconuts? And he's like, that's an amazing idea. And I get no credit for it, but oh well. So this is the reason why, why I went to Fiji first, just to get the canoe ability, so I can travel all the way over here and get the scroll. Weird jump. Sometimes that happens where you sprint into a wall, but you don't get any knockback, so nice. You can actually see the animation of the wall breaking when you step back out. This is where I accidentally got eaten by a shark last time I played, so I'm going to make sure I stay plenty close to the island. If you sail too far away from the island, the game has you get eaten by a shark, and that's how it brings you back. So yes, you can die in this happy-go-lucky vacation game. There are 2 photos of people that we need to take on this island, but we're not going to take them until later. One of them is a photo of the ice cream man, and another is a photo of a tourist reading a book on the beach. But we will be coming back to this island to take those photos later. Next, we're going to be buying that pair of shorts, and we're going to go ahead and do the surfing minigame.
But you can't surf in pants.
Exactly. I don't want to ruin my shirt. This is the only outfit I brought on my vacation. So, Nice green Hawaiian shorts.
Hey, dude, nice shorts.
Yeah, thanks,
And
man.
he's like, go ahead, get out there.
You don't need to know how to surf. You just have a nice pair of shorts. So I got to score 10,000 points. There are a lot of tricks you can do, but a lot of the tricks don't unlock until you have enough speed to do them. But we're only going to be getting about half speed before we intentionally fail the game so that we can just hit the completion requirement. We're going to do a couple 180s, a couple reverses, some drops. So we're going to go back to doing 180s until we have enough speed to do 360s. We're going to do 2, possibly 3 360s, unless I can do math and count properly. But then we'll be done with this game. So looking like we might have enough speed. I'm going to go for it. Nice. It's always scary. You never know if you're going to be able to make it. Oh! Okay, we're fine. I can do math. Oh, and we're done. So go ahead and fail out. That was a good surfing section. I like that. So I gotta remember to change out of my shorts. So say goodbye to the shorts, guys. That's the last time you're gonna see them.
Is there like something significant about the clothes that you're wearing?
There's nothing significant about the clothes that I'm wearing right now, but it's convenient that you ask that because there is something significant about the clothes in this shop. Basically, I buy this membership card, which allows me to change into any of these outfits, and these 3 outfits on the left side allow me to participate, well, 2 of them allow me to participate in other mini-games that are required to complete the game, and then 1 of them allows me to enter a certain location where I need to do another quest in there. So you get to see me in this bro tank for a little while. This monument has 2 side sections. One of them is a little puzzle section like this. The other is more based on platforming, and then the boss is more reminiscent of this section right here, and then the platforming section after the boss is more reminiscent of the platforming section that we're going to do. So Hawaii is just really involved on both the outside and the inside. There's just a lot to do. Sometimes you can make that jump without doing a ledge grab, but it's only happened to me once, so it's really hard to do. So there's one side, and now we'll head over here. And this is where I was mentioning earlier, sometimes it is really hard just to like get the right angle because you never really know where you're gonna land. You can't really see your shadow. Woo! Sometimes you get swag jump like that, where he just kind of hovers up there, doing his own thing. Nice. And this is the most difficult one. I wait for it to stop moving, I get the right angle, and jump for just the right amount of time.
Oh.
And unfortunately missed that last one. But that's alright, just reset. And we made it. Sweet. This boss that we're about to fight can be very annoying. There's a specific jump that you have to do right at the very end that can be very difficult. It's easy to fall off the boss's head, but hopefully we'll get it on our first try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here, because we need to get all 4 coins in order to activate the boss. And that's bad, so I'm just going to take a death right there. That was a horrible way to go. And then this right here is the intentional death. It is faster to just jump and get that last coin and fall in the water because it resets the room, and it puts the room in a very convenient... that's not what I wanted at all. I'm actually supposed to land on the second spot that's right up there, so hopefully I'll make it this time. This room does something very weird to your double jump, where sometimes it just takes it away. So I'm just going to go ahead and blame the game and not my skills. Like seriously, sometimes I'll put in a double jump, like if I had an input reader you would see it, but sometimes the double jump just doesn't come out, so it's a little weird. But cool, we made it. So that boss was a little rough, but you know, I've had a lot worse attempts at that boss. Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, you almost didn't make that one.
I almost had to do the whole thing all over again. Now, that boss can be annoying, but this room can be even more annoying. Because you have to make a bunch of specific jumps, and you can't see where you're going. So I'm just going to go ahead and... I just set up the camera at basically a 90-degree angle of where I need to jump next, and then just hold my control stick to the left or right. That's how I can make these jumps consistently. Okay, it's not over yet. As soon as I jump on the white balls, they will begin to explode, so I can't really take my time to readjust myself. So here we go. Nice.
Nice.
Get that, And now we can... Oh, now we can get out of here. Very nice. So we need to go ahead and head over to Leisure Island next.
Turn in some pictures?
Yeah, we're turning in a few... Well, we can't turn in any pictures yet, because we don't have the next picture, but I am going to take one of the art gallery. And then we've got a little mini game that we need to complete right over here. This guy's like, whoa, you dress like me. You must be strong. So now I need to do... I need to do 20 pull-ups. Actually, 25. And look how fast he goes. This guy is ripped. There's always that one kid in middle school who like hit puberty before everyone else, and he's like, I'm just gonna go over there and do 30 pull-ups. Meanwhile, fat T.O. Joe is just sitting there like, I can't even do one. But now this one's actually a little bit more difficult. We're gonna do it again, but we have to get 35 pull-ups in 20 seconds, and I can only miss 1 or 2.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, it's tight. The timing is tight on that. I did it perfectly once and I got a 40. 40 is my record and I will never beat that. I'm not even sure I'll ever get a 40 ever again. But, oh man. We're going to make a quick detour out here. Then we're going to save warp back to the boat because we don't want to swim all the way back. And need to buy our last travel guide. This will be the last island that we visit. So we have Hawaii, we have Fiji, and we have Soggy.
Soggy Island.
Yeah. Welcome to Soggy Island, dude.
No thanks. I'm going home.
So Soggy Island has a couple of things that we need to do as well. This has the probably the hardest section in the run, which is the mine shaft section. Pretty much it's just a lot of memorization and a lot of blind platforming. So you saw how well I did the blind platforming earlier, so we'll see how this goes. Got a picture of him. He is the next in line for the picture quest. And before we do the mine shaft, this guy's like, oh boy, we got a rat problem. And instead of taking care of it myself, I'll ask a stranger to do it. So cool.
I mean, you seem reliable enough.
Yeah. I mean, I can carry just this wooden post lopsidedly with 2 hands, so... And I just did 35 pull-ups. What are you doing? Go over there! Oh my gosh.
Gotta corral them all
There's
in.
always one. Game designers, listen up. This is always a very fun thing to include in any game that anyone plays. I love corralling missions. That and my other favorite missions are trailing missions and escort missions. If you just made a whole game out of those, beautiful. A good time for that is usually sub 30 seconds up there, so a 23 is not great, but you know, could be worse. So this is the part of the run where I'm going to get all serious and stuff, because I need to remember the order in which I do things. So basically you'll see me doing double jumps a lot, like that, because in order to update the position of the camera, which also serves as the void out barrier, you need to do a double jump. Like that jump right there, normally I would not have made it unless I double jumped and reset the void out center. You'll see me doing that a lot throughout this section of the run. Like that right there would have been death unless I double jumped. There are 9 floors of this.
And you don't have to collect the jewels?
The jewels are not required for the 100% run, no. 100% is defined by when you look at the title screen and it says 100% in the bottom left corner. And you don't have to get all the jewels to fulfill that requirement.
So they just give you money then, or?
They don't give you money right now, but you can take them to an exchange place on Leisure Island, which will give you money. And it's a backup strategy for me. That bat can sometimes get in your way. It's a backup strategy for me in case I run short on cash for whatever reason. But it's definitely a get-rich-quick scheme. Like, you make a ton of money with these diamonds. It's ridiculous. Those bats, the best way to describe them is that they are very dense. You cannot push them around at all.
That's a dense bat.
Yeah, but as soon as they touch you, like, you are at their beck and call, dude. This one's tough. That first jump is a little difficult to make with the double jump canceling, whatever you want to call it. I don't really have a name for it yet. Then over here, jump over here. Those minecart shafts can be very finicky, as in sometimes you just clip through them when you jump on them. So hopefully I don't clip through any of those today. Oh, I forgot. I was going to take my sunglasses off for this part because it gets very dark and I need to see. So we'll see how it goes. Because I have forgot to take them off. Pick up a red for safety in case we need cash later.
Almost there. 2 more.
7 and 9 are pretty tough. Well, actually, 7, 8, and 9 are all pretty tough. So this is the hardest part of the mine section. But you'll notice that with most of the floors, we can just kind of keep the camera angle stationary. It's just floors 5 and 8 where we need to rotate the camera. Whew! Yeah, those big green ones are worth a lot. Sweet. This is good for 7.
Floor 8 and then 9.
What's nice is that it's easy to remember. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to turn the camera here. That was a lucky fall. I'm like, I did not know that was there. What's nice about it's easy to remember that floors 4, 6, and 8, all the even numbers, all start off on the right-hand side, whereas all the rest of the floors will start off on the. I think I'm gonna go this way. Start off on the left-hand side or the middle. I can't talk too much because I need to do this. Whew! Nice, good floor 8. Alright, one more.
There were like a couple times I was just like, man, he's dead.
Yeah, you're really it's just memorized blind jumping at this point. And sometimes I just get lucky and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that platform was there. This one I have a few visual cues that I'm looking for so I know where to fall. Like right now I'm looking for, I know when to move off to the left-hand side because I will see a red gem, not either of those. Falling straight down until I see that red gem. Now I need to know that I need to fall to the left a little bit. And if all goes well, smooth sailing.
Nice.
Sweet. That was a great mine section. I'm really happy with that. I had a little bit of trouble with one of the floors, but oh well. Now here's this ancient object that we're just going to break. I love it. And we'll go ahead and save warp out of here. And we're 56% of the way through the game already, so we're making good time. So, another reason that we got that canoe power before we came over here, I don't know why I call it a power. Anybody can operate a canoe.
Talent. Yeah. The canoe certification.
Yeah. Get around that corner, what are you doing? I'm trying to be too fast. But we need to sail this over here because this is the only island in the game that has 2 scrolls. One at the bottom of the mine shaft and one over here. The scroll quest is something else that the any percent category would have skipped because it just takes a long time to get them all. Bop. So we're done with that canoe. Go over here. If you see me jumping really far, that's a sprint jump. If I press sprint and then I immediately jump, I get to jump really far and really fast. And that is the last travel guide that we're going to get.
Was that from the message in a bottle?
Yeah, so that was the 4th piece of the message in a bottle. So now that I have all of those, I can travel to the last island. This guy basically tells me that I need to get a research license before I travel to that monument. You actually cannot jump into that area without him stopping you until you just prove to him that you're very smart. And the way we prove that is we talk to this scientist and answer 3 very, very smart questions. These are in the same order every time. Basically, it's one of them's a math question, one of them's a logic question, and the other is like, how many days did it rain here last year? And if you read the welcome sign that's in front of this island, it tells you that it has rained for 365 days straight. This is why it is so soggy.
What was it called before it was soggy?
I don't know.
It was still called soggy, but
It was still called...
they didn't have a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy who named it was just like wet all the time. That was his nickname. He's just like, I don't know, guys. I just can't wick all this moisture up.
Old soggy.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm embarrassed by how long it took me to figure out this puzzle the first time I played this game. It's literally, you just look at the number of dots that are on each of these pillars, and you jump on them in that order. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And it took me a long time to figure that out, and I don't know why. I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, how could I have not figured that out? So, like I mentioned before, it has rained for 365 days straight on this island, but something amazing is about to happen. It's gonna start hailing.
Set destination. Yes.
Yes. That's why they call the Touryst.
Touryst.
Touryst is the name of this game. You gotta be edgy like that.
It feels like a firework just went off.
Yeah, we basically just assault a cultural icon of this island.
And then it stopped raining.
Yeah, it's a nice little rainbow. That's a nice little screenshot. You can take.
What's it called now? They can't call it soggy.
They call it Rainbow Island now.
Rainbow Island.
Rainbow Island. All right, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over to Leisure because I've got a couple photos I need to turn in, and then this will also be the minigame part of the game. I'm gonna do the really bad one first. I need a photo of that guy, but I'm gonna get it later. So what I need to do is I need to go in here, buy some arcade coins. Oh, I actually... Where is my money? I'll do it later. I'm going to do this one first because I don't like this one. It's just bejeweled. Each time the ball hits one of these spots, it can randomly give out a power-up like this. My favorite is the laser power-up because it can do this and just beat the level really quickly. But essentially, there are 3 arcade games in this arcade, and I need to beat the high score on all 3 of them, so that I can basically prove to that guy out in front of the store that like I'm more of an epic gamer than you are. I tried to get both the laser power up and hit the ball at the same time, but it's more important, obviously, to save the ball. That power up right there gives you 750 points, but also slows the ball down. Normally, I don't like to slow the ball down, but I've been having some pretty bad luck with this game today. And I just kind of want to take it slow, play it a little safe. And 750 points is not bad. I think my favorite part about this minigame is that they just decided not to include any music. So it's like...
Yeah, it is very...
This is all you get.
Ambient.
I love it. Sometimes you just get into that rhythm. Why am I only getting slows? I really am regretting not getting that laser at the beginning because I'm not regretting it.
Yeah, you would have tore through this level already.
Yeah, and that's the thing about RNG, dude. Sometimes it's just... No, that's an E for extender.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have extended my platform, which would have been helpful, but...
Well, it would have got rid of your slow, right?
I think the slow stays active, but it's just that laser. Okay, this one will be helpful.
Ball.
Balls, lots of balls. And, okay, another extender. I'll take it. Better than nothing. There it is.
The almighty laser power
whale.
up.
Oh, no, I'm going to lose!
Oh!
Oh, man. Watch me waste an embarrassing amount of time trying to hit that one in the middle.
Yo, that would have been sweet.
Oh, yeah!
Yo, alright.
Alright. I only get 3 lives to do this, so I'm not too nervous yet. If I lose another life, then I'll probably start sweating. But we're just gonna play it cool for now. Okay, now I'm gonna spam this. I'm gonna roll. I'll get the slow power up so I can shoot some more stuff down. Oh! There we go.
Nice.
Planned. All planned. There is a set order in which these levels appear. It just depends on whether you go to the left or right. I'm pretty much going to go to the left every single time, and hopefully I can remember... I'm going to go to the right every single time, but hopefully I remember to go to the left on the last one, so that I can get a better level. I hate these cubes, especially when they get really close to my paddle at the bottom, because sometimes they just completely change the trajectory of the ball like that, and you never know where it's going to go. Just going a little fast, so I'm going to slow it down. So yeah, when anyone's like, hey, why should I speedrun the Touryst, I make sure I don't show them this clip. I missed my laser. For those of you just tuning in, we are raising money for the Child's Play charity. We are. So there should be a donate link on the stream, or somewhere on the stream page, and you should absolutely donate to Child's Play. They help to bring video games to sick kids, and what's more fun than video games? So we would definitely appreciate it. Anything helps. Those the black spots in the middle that represent the eyes of whatever creature we're trying to destroy. Those are indestructible, so even the laser power-up will not be able to destroy that. So we just need to get rid of everything else. Man, this is really sad. I'm not getting a lot of lasers in this run so far. Man, I did so well in my practice attempts of this earlier. I was getting lasers on every level. I was like, dang, this is good.
At least you still got your double bowl.
Yeah, and I can farm points off of these cubes right here. So even if this does take forever, I mean, I'm still accruing points. The point is not to beat it as fast as possible. The point is to accrue points. So. Okay, this is helpful. This is good. More balls the better.
It's a lot of balls.
Yeah, it's a lot of balls, dude. I think I need to go to the left on this one. So hopefully I remember to do that. With all these balls floating around here, one of them's got to hit that.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so we'll go to the left, see what this is. Okay, this is nice. I like this one. And a laser.
Nice.
There we go. Gotta watch my score. Because sometimes I just, like, spend way
Done.
too long. Done. Boom. Well, now we gotta wait for all this.
You're gonna complete the level.
Yeah, of course, now I can't lose. Bop. Ooh,
Nice.
that was sick.
That was
Now,
optimal.
yeah. Sometimes, okay, this has happened to me once where I've tried to go from one game to the next a little too fast, and my game crashed. So you'll see me taking a little bit of time just to wait until I see the high score, or at least wait for the jingle to start playing, and that's when I know I can leave the game. The point of this Jetpack Dynamite game is to collect all the pieces of dynamite in their specific order. You don't have to complete the level, but they're worth 100 points if you collect them in order, and only 25 if you collect them out of order. So you'll see me trying to collect them in order as much as possible. That hit is fine, because just like the Bejeweled game, I will need to die 3 times in order to complete the game, so I'm not really worried about taking that hit right there. Normally I would take 2 hits before entering the final level, but I'm going to try and save this one for safety. That yellow one up there acts like a Pac-Man pellet. All it does is give me some extra points by running into those guys. If you tap A while you're in the air, you can also hover a little bit, so I like this game. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, that one's a cute little heart.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day coming up.
Soon. Yeah.
I'll get in there.
There's a more important holiday coming up before then, though.
Yeah, you're right. All
What do you mean?
Valentine's Day is my favorite day of the year.
Oh, okay.
So even while the enemies are spawning in, you'll see white rings start to appear. If you collect the power pellet as they're spawning in, you can still get bonus points off of them. And I actually don't know what causes the pellets to spawn in. We're actually going to wait for another enemy spawn so I can get some extra points. Ooh, nice. But I think it's just based on either the number of dynamite you collect or how many points you have, or it might just be pre-scripted as well. Ooh, that jump's a little difficult to make. Don't die! Okay, we're fine. Oh, awkward. Wait for some more enemies to spawn. Sometimes you can get 4. We'll see. Don't go down there. Right, we'll get 4. This is good. I'll take the point loss so I can get some extras over here. This is fine. I think I only need to do 2 more levels of this, so I should be okay as long as I don't get hit. So pressure's on. Alright, this can get a little awkward in here. Sweet. Normally, the guy on the top right there, he'll actually fall down to this platform down here. I'm not sure why he didn't this time.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, one more.
So this next level will be the last one that we do. And normally you have to go all the way to the top to collect the first dynamite, but we have enough points that we don't need to do that. If my math is correct. And I'm not very good at math, so I actually think I might...
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it is running a little slow because I do need to die to record my high score. But I actually I've only seen this level like once in my casual playthrough. Come back. I wish to die. Where are you going? Come back.
He's having a hard time dying.
I'm too good. I can't die. So we'll wait for that. Now this one's my favorite of the minigames. It's nice and quick.
It's called Fast.
Yeah, it's called Fast. If you guys don't know, I believe it was a launch title for the Switch, or it came out very shortly after. There was that game called Fast Remix. That was also developed by Shinen Multimedia, which are the guys who made this game. And Fast is actually a series of games, so this is a recreation of their first game in the Fast series.
Let's go fast.
Let's go fast.
Let's go fast.
Everyone's like, gotta go fast. Every time someone says gotta go fast, they're actually talking about this game, believe it or not. This game is really easy. Just don't fall off is the name of the game, and I pretty much only need to let go of the A button twice after 2 speed boosts in order to prevent myself from falling off. Other than that, it's super simple.
Doesn't look like you need to achieve much to get the high score either.
Yeah, and that's where I need to let go of the stick, so we're good. All right, let go of the A button again, and yeah. So now pretty much we have gone a full lap around the track, and it's, some of these speed boosts are going to start repeating themselves. I just pretty much have to keep going fast until I get that high score. Hence the name of the game. Yippee!
Yeah, yahoo!
Whoa! Too fast! Sometimes you get a swag jump right there if you land on that yellow part.
Oop, done.
All done. Now I just gotta finish the game, see what kind of high score I can get. Wait a little bit for the jingle to play, and we're good. And no crash, so awesome. Talk to this guy. He's like, what? You beat my scores? Impossible.
And he gave you a lot of money for that too.
Yeah, took his lunch money. We're a little short on cash, but I think after doing, after turning in all these photos, because we get paid 10 coins for each one, we should have enough. We need to buy a bunch of CDs real quick. What's next? Next is the diver. So that photo that we took way at the beginning of the game that I said we would need later, here it is. Little Claude. I don't know why this guy has an entire exhibit of pictures taken without
people on
without
different
their
islands.
consent. Yeah. Man of special taste. That is the ice cream man. Did I take a picture of him yet? I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did. You did. You got him.
The ice cream man?
I think so.
No, I don't think I got the ice cream man yet. All right, so I said I would go back later to do that. So what's my cash looking like? Okay, I'm 1 coin short, which means
Done. All right.
All right. So normally I would go sell my diamonds there to make some extra cash, but luckily I could just grab a coin from that tree. Money grows on trees. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and head back to Hawaii because I need to take a picture of the ice cream man and the other guy, and also change my shirt. So Hawaii is probably our most visited island in this entire game. Hey, ice cream man, look. Thank you. This guy's just minding his business, reading a book, but we're going to disturb him and take a picture of him anyway. Change into this soccer uniform. And now we need to head back to Ibiza. There's a few things we need to do here. We need to take some pictures and start a party and complete a soccer minigame. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to head back up to the monument where we were before. Every time you complete a monument in this game, they close off the entrance and they put a construction worker there. And I just need to take a picture of him really quick. There's another scroll hidden right over here. Yeet. And now we need to go start that party I was mentioning before. That's the reason we bought the 5 CDs, or the 5 vinyls, whatever. So this DJ is super terrible. He doesn't know how any of this stuff works, so we have to turn it all on for him. And then after we turn it all on, he's like, hey, thanks for doing that. Also, I only brought 1 song to dance to, so if you happen to have more, I'll take them. So by giving him all 5 of the songs, that completes this little side quest. And that's another thing that we got done. I like this one. Got a nice beat to it. Unfortunately, we cannot stay and party with them. We're going to be running right over here. So fast. So this guy is like an elitist. He's like, I'm the best soccer player ever, and you're not allowed to play with me unless you're wearing this shirt. So now we get to do the soccer minigame. It's a little lenient. I'm going to try and make as many as I can, but I only need to make 15. It's controlled with gyro aiming. Basically, you just need to line up the arrows slightly underneath the target, and you should make it every time. Also, these balls are square.
Square balls.
I don't really know how you play soccer with that.
Well, I mean, you can like kick them.
Yeah.
They don't really roll nowhere.
They'll bounce funny, but you know. I mean, I guess everything. Maybe this world operates on different physics. Like our, I don't know. I'm getting a little too meta for this children's game. Oh, dang it. Alright, this is the best one. I was hoping for more spawns of these. It is random how they spawn, but you can just farm points off these close ones.
This isn't a children's game. This is a tourist game.
Yeah. Whoa! Okay.
Yeah, whoa.
Oh, I do not want to miss this in the last 5 seconds. Oh, please. Oh, no.
Okay. All right.
Just like to keep it entertaining for you folks out there. Woo, boy. Okay, so next we're going to go back to Hawaii because we got to change our clothes. And this will be the last time. Where is it? This will be the last time we see Hawaii. Go back to Hawaii, change our clothes, go back to Leisure, turn in some photos, and then head over to Santorin for some stuff. I actually rerouted this part of the game last night. I was like, huh. I was halfway through my run, and I was like, wait a minute. It would make more sense to do things in this order, and then I did, and then I crushed my PB by 10 minutes.
Did you get your picture of the ice cream man?
I didn't. Thank you for reminding me of that. That would have been real bad. Wait. Yeah, I did last time I was here.
Okay.
Alright, we good. You spooked me.
I just didn't remember.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I got it on the... It really doesn't matter what order you get it in. You can either get it in on the way of getting the soccer uniform or the suit and tie. It doesn't really matter. We're actually going to be turning in a lot of photos here. We just happen to have all the right ones in the right order for right now. Smart Reader is the guy reading on the beach that we took a picture of, and he probably doesn't even know that his picture is hanging in a gallery right now. He's going to be real confused if he comes to this art gallery. I think they did that on an episode of King of the Hill, where Hank goes to like an art museum, and he's like, "That's my butt." You took a picture of it. It's just hanging up there.
Yeah.
Like, that's me. I need a picture of this guy. Sore loser. Haha.
Well, not really. Like, he gave you a bunch of money.
That's true. He was real upset about it, though. It's like when you win a money match against someone and they thought they were going to beat you. They reluctantly give you that cash.
He looks pissed. He's like, yes, this art.
Oh, man. So this one stumped me in my casual playthrough. Like, the hint is who is laughing now. And of course, it's the security guard. He says it in, like, if you talk to him the second time, it's like a one-liner that he has. It's like, I never would have remembered that. Okay, so the next one is Hitmaker, and that is the drummer on Fiji. But we won't be going back to Fiji for a little bit. We actually need to go to... Where am I going? I'm going here.
Was that like a little cool tech you did?
That... Sometimes if you
You did like a slide.
Yeah, it's like sprint sliding. That's what I call it anyway. If you start your sprint just as you land on the ground, sometimes you'll just do that little slide. And, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's not as fast as sprinting, so I usually have to cancel it, unless I'm trying to show it off. Basically, what that was right there is that couple is looking for a nice island to spend their vacation on, and I just showed them the travel guide for Fiji, and they're like, let's go to Fiji. This guy has the hots for the girl across the club, and he's like, I need to take her somewhere fancy to impress her with my intellect. And I'm like, take her to the art gallery, dude. Girls love art. So he's like, thanks, and gives me $20. And the whole reason I'm wearing the suit and tie... No! Alright, the whole reason I'm wearing the suit and tie is I would not have been able to get into that... Oh my gosh.
The club
without wearing it. I was telling people about this in my practice run. I have literally never missed this jump before, and I missed it 4 times in a row in my practice run, and now nobody believes me. They're all like, you're bad. You can't do it. There you
okay,
go.
Yeah, you got it. You got it faster than last time.
Another priceless piece we'll just destroy.
The whole screen shakes.
Yeah.
It's like...
Oh, man. We'll go ahead and get out of there. So now we're going to go ahead and get the last of the scrolls. So we're going to head to this island that I used the 4 pieces of the 4 messages in a bottle to make. There's a crashed plane here. There's lore to this game, but you don't really get to see it much. Basically, with this,
there's lore.
Yeah, there's lore. I don't know. Basically, I'm feeling for vibrations in my controller because the combination is different every time. And if you go past, there we go. If you go past it, it resets the whole thing. There's also a sound as well, but I mostly go off the vibration. Cool. I'd rather take that a little slow and do it right the first time than have to redo it a bunch. So not only are we getting that, but then we're going to run up here. It's slightly faster to double jump out of the water than to spin or swing. Last one. Goodbye.
They don't have any more like artifacts left.
Nope, that's all of them.
You broke all of them and
Yeah,
took the scroll inside.
I got the paper on the inside. That's what's important.
Yeah, bring that up in
Like
court.
little lottery tickets.
I took the paper.
You know, we probably could have gotten it out in like a safer way, but no, I just wanted the paper now. So we'll take a picture of this indigenous person without his consent, and then head over here. So this guy's like, you found a parcel? Where? It's that. To your own interpretation, whatever that is.
It looks like a squid.
Yeah. There's squids in this lore, I think. So then I give him all the monument scrolls. If you take the time to look at all 7 of the monument scrolls, you can kind of get a little bit of the lore of this game. Basically, it's just like aliens, huh? That's the lore in a nutshell. So now that we've done all that, we're going to go finish up a picture quest, and then we're pretty much going to be wrapping this run up. We got one more monument that we need to visit, and then, yeah, that'll pretty much be the game.
And I saw you fighting some kind of final boss earlier.
Yeah. The final boss of my practice run went really, really well, but that is a boss that can just sometimes be a disaster. It's all RNG. It's all where he moves, but it'll make more sense once you see it. So the last hint is these clumsy tourists. If you talk to any of the construction workers that are guarding the monuments after you beat them, they'll talk about clumsy tourists. And fun fact, if you wear the construction worker uniform that you can get from Hawaii and you talk to any of those workers, they'll give you 10 coins. So there you go for your casual playthrough. I don't even know why I'm trying to leave.
They think you're in the union.
Yeah.
So they give you some money.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to go get wet again. Go back to Soggy.
Soggy Island.
And I need to take a picture of the monument that's already here, and then we're gonna. Oh, actually, I need to go home first. What am I doing? I need to go home.
It doesn't seem like that, wastes much time. Maybe a couple seconds.
Yeah. Obviously, I would like to make it first try, but not a huge deal at all. This part, it also doesn't really matter where you put it into the run, as long as you do it at some point before you go to Soggy Island. You just gotta turn in these other monument cores, and the old man's like, yeah, you did it! Get one more! Oh, you had 2? Cool!
That's crazy!
How you carrying all those? They're pretty heavy. And what did we do all that for? That. We get to play with Legos. So we basically have to pull all these plugs out. And then we have to plug them all in. It can be a little difficult to plug them in sometimes because the strings are actually pulling you back towards the center. So you kind of have to overshoot yourself a little bit and then like let the string pull you back before you plug it in. Come on. Well, now the old man's in the way. Bro, what are you doing? Get out the way. Okay, thank you. I hope you guys aren't too fond of the old man because his reflexes aren't very quick. So, bye.
Oh no! Man, he fell.
Yeah, he's unfortunately he's a goner, so don't get too attached. Haha, just kidding.
He's right there.
Yeah.
Surprise, I'm still alive.
I gotta be careful with these text boxes. I'm trying to get my quick text, but if I'm too quick, he's like, do you want me to repeat everything I said? And the default option is yes. And I don't want him to do that, so...
So is the old man your friend?
He's just, he's like that guy that's like, I know something that you don't about this place, and he just won't tell you, so he's just like the mysterious figure. So I basically get this coordinates printout, and then he tries to talk, but I'm like, goodbye. And now, we can go to Soggy.
Nice and soggy.
Nice and soggy. So like I mentioned before, I'm going to need to get another picture while I'm here. We've already completed the people picture quest, so now I'm just doing the monument picture quest. No! That's fine. By the way, you didn't see it before, but surprise, there's a helicopter here. And this guy's like, hey, I just met you, but this is crazy. Give me these coordinates.
But here's these coordinates.
Yeah.
Take me maybe.
And they're not even numbers. Like, coordinates. He's like, oh, where are the coordinates?
He's like, they're
like
the coordinates.
YST are the coordinates. It's like, oh, I know where that is. Yeah. Yeah, hop in, dude. Can't skip this cutscene, unfortunately. Yeah, but he's just really excited to take his helicopter out, because he's like, I've been able to sail my helicopter in 365 days, because it's been raining too much. So, there's some more.
Why wouldn't he just move?
Yeah, you can fly a helicopter in the rain, right?
For a little bit, at least.
Maybe he doesn't know that. Oh, I didn't take a picture of the monument. Dang it. Or did I? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I'll take a look. Let me look. Yeah, unfortunately, that will slow me down a little bit. I was supposed to take a picture of the rain monument while I was there, before taking the helicopter. So that's going to waste a little bit of time, but, you know, it's not too bad. It's probably going to waste about 15 to 20 seconds. Unfortunate. I was too busy making funnies with Nook.
Unfortunate.
I forgot. Yeah, unfortunate time loss. Told too many jokes. So I'm using this light to collect the fireflies. I think you can, like, miss 2 of them, but I don't know, it's hard to count. And sometimes they end up in random spots, so I just try to get as many as I can. This puzzle is the same every time. You just have to put the fireflies in a certain order. Just like that. And because my memory is so bad, I actually don't remember if I took a picture of this place.
You did.
Yes, I did. Okay.
I watched you do that.
Thank you. Alright, so this one is where you're going to see a lot of sprint jumping, because like I mentioned way earlier in the run, if you sprint, but then you change elevations, it cancels your sprint, and each of these pebbles is a different elevation. So you'll see me starting my sprint and then immediately jumping, and that's how I can keep my sprint speed without having to not sprint. So in order to complete this room, I just gotta reveal all the coins, but we do not need them. Okay, so that'll take us right over here. Yeah, the closer you stand to the edge of these things, the faster they go, so I'm like barely on that thing. This room's pretty easy. Get the coin to activate that ledge, or that gravity thing. Grab the drop. Put it in the corner. Whoops.
Bonk.
Bonk! Oh, man. That's a big bonk right there. Hopefully that's not a premonition of what's about to happen in the boss room. Wait for it to get to the corner and then do that. This is probably still a really good pace. I'm just making a few small errors, so I'm excited to improve my run next time I play this. Alright, time for the boss. This boss cannot kill me. However, it can get in my way and it can stun me. So it can make it a little annoying. Basically what I need to do is I need to use these gravity things to cover up the lights. Just like that. Hopefully he doesn't get in my way. Sweet. And the third light you can just stand on. You don't even need to use the gravity thing. So now he's going to try stunning me. He's going to shoot lasers out of his eyes. He missed, haha. I shouldn't have laughed at him not paying the price. Okay, he is occupied that one, so we're going to go ahead and do this one. He's like, no, that's mine.
He's occupied it.
Okay, wait, why didn't that work? Okay, there we go. So now I think this is where things can actually get a little rough, because now he's going to start dropping rocks from the ceiling, and the rocks are programmed to fall if you're standing still. And in order to move,
That was really fast.
Yeah, that was just really good. I got lucky there. The rocks are programmed to fall wherever you're standing, but you need to stand still on top of the gravity panels in order to like get them to rise up. It's just a bad combination. Normally, I would have save warped right there so that I could go directly back to the first island, but because I forgot to take a picture of the island we were just on, I have to go a little out of my way to... Do you
have to watch the helicopter cutscene again?
No, you don't have to watch the cutscene again. You have to watch this. So this is, like I said, like a 20-ish second time loss, so that does kind of blow, but, you know, it's my own fault for forgetting. So now that we have that, We can save warp out of here. Go home. There we go. And for those listening in the back, time will be coming up in about 1 minute to 2 minutes, so stay tuned. And we're going to complete our last side quest by heading right back in here and turning in the rest of our monument photos. Boom. Now all we need to do is talk to the old man and we can end the game. Ah! He's like, whoa, what is that? Yeah. That's sometimes I like to do that. If you run while putting the Allspark in there, you just keep running. I never remember what it's called.
It's called the anti-grav unit.
It's funnier to call it the Allspark. Okay, so time will be coming up very soon. I just have to click through a few text boxes and then I'll call it. Blah, 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 blah. I have to be very careful with this quick text because he's going to want to repeat himself again. This is a confirmation to make sure that we've done everything in the game. So right there is all you need to do to beat the game, and that means we've 100%ed, so that's confirmation for that. Okay, time is coming up. Time. Whew. And
Okay, and then when our levels are good, just give me a hand thing and.
oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Congrats on the. Well, I'll wait for the.
Sweet. I'm going to take these off.
It's me, Spooky the Ghost, again, here with T.O. Joe. He just ran the Touryst. It was a world record, I'm finding out.
World record run,
I'm
man?
I'm hearing it's a world record.
Yes, that is correct. That is
good.
indeed.
Oh, good.
I'm noticing you're not wearing the headphones, so I'm going to
Oh,
take
yeah,
the
you don't need
headphones. I'm going to take the headphones off.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
This is not currently being streamed, but in the recording, we'll have the world record in this interview. How are you feeling?
I feel great, man. The previous world record was a 124. I was the world record holder because I'm the only one right now running the 100% category, but there is one guy from Germany, I believe you pronounce his tag NewX, who runs the any percent category.
Okay.
He has that at 52 minutes. So I think once I grind this time down to a 110, I'm coming after you, NewX, for that any percent run.
What's the any percent world record?
Any percent is about 52 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's about 20-ish, 30-ish minutes.
Okay, so it's not super different. Like,
Yeah.
I know for some, like, I mean, this is a crazy example, but Breath of the Wild was my first speed game. Any percent's half an hour.
Yeah.
100% is
30 hours?
Yeah, it's around
that?
30 hours. It's literally every minute gets extended to an hour. So
Yeah.
it's nice when games are a little closer like that because you can get a change of pace, but it's still it's not a completely different game.
Yeah. The reason I started running this game is I just think it's a really great beginner's speed run.
Yeah.
Because it's really just routing, and you have a little bit of platforming skill involved in there.
Yeah.
But it also breaks up the monotony of, gotta do this and this and that by throwing some mini games right in the middle.
Yeah,
So
no, it seems like there's a lot of variety within the
Yeah.
100% route.
it's just really well paced. It's really easy to get into, which is why, and it's really cheap. It's like $20 on the eShop, and there's a
Yeah,
demo
I was
there.
thinking I might pick it up myself. I'm always a sucker for Switch exclusives.
Yeah.
I prefer to run on console in general.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard of the Tourist. And it turns out,
I feel like I'm giving a sales pitch right now, but no, definitely if you're looking to get into speedrunning at all, this is a great first game to run, and there are a few of us out there looking for some competition to grind our time down. So
got it. The world record holder is making a call out to you,
that's me.
VOD watchers, to beat his record.
Yeah.
He's trying to get let's get sub hour in the world record in the 100% category.
Sub hour, that might be possible. I'm not sure. There was definitely a lot of stuff in that run that I could have done better. But right now the goal is a sub 110, and
Okay.
I'm going after that 90% category.
All right, get more people running it. We can drive that time down.
Yeah.
It's a new tech.
Absolutely.
All right, any shout outs you want to give?
I just want to shout out the speedrun.com community, New X for moderating it and running the 90% category, and anybody who tuned into the run today. If you made a donation, anything to help out Child's Play, it means a lot. So shout outs to you guys. Thank you very much.
All right. If you're watching this VOD after the marathon, just go donate money to Child's Play. Not even for this marathon, just in general. Also, follow T.O. Joe on Twitch. Follow all of our runners on Twitch.
Do it.
You're on
All of
Twitch, right?
Yeah, I am on Twitch. I actually just built my PC. I got all my art done. I'll shout out my artist on Twitter. But I should be start streaming hopefully within the next week or so. I'll be doing runs of the Touryst and also just fun games with chat. So hopefully to see you soon.
Look out for it. T.O. Joe, follow him.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the run.
No problem. Thank you, man.